Back with me now, Marc Short, Dan Cannon, and hello, gentlemen. I want to get to the sort of the political side of this because I've said this: if you're for it in California, you got to be for it in Texas. If you're for it in Texas, you got to be for it in California. It's all race to the bottom stuff. And then, Dan, I see the guy that you used to work for, Tim Walz, coming out there and basically saying Republicans are cruel. And it just feels, again, like race to the bottom no matter where you look.
Well, politics can feel that way in this country right now. Marc and I were promoting that a little bit back in the green room. But look, I don't think there's a similar situation in California and Texas in terms of the race to the bottom, because California is acting specifically because of what Texas has put on the table first. In fact, every part of that bill was based on a trigger that we will not go forward if Texas does not go forward, right? We're only doing this temporarily to basically negate what they are doing. And Jesse made a point in litigation. I want to make this really quick. Texas is under active litigation for 3 years that they have been violating the Voting Rights Act, and now they go further away from that with this bill. California specifically got away from that stuff. They're not trying to do the same thing.
Does Tim Walz need to cut that out?
I do think that Democrats are wise to not just act totally emotionally in this moment with Trump. It's very easy to see this how it's happening, watch it as in the Oval Office, react to all of this in that kind of way. He's a real guy, and Tim Walz does speak directly in that sort of plain language sometimes, which can be good, but also get you in trouble. Right. I think people want to turn the page moment in our politics, which that is exactly.
I just hear Hillary Clinton calling them deplorables. I mean, it's the same comment from Democrats, once again, denigrating Republican voters, denigrating Republican members of Congress. And I think that's what's helped switch a lot of the blue-collar workers into the Republican Party, is that the Democrat Party continues to adopt elitist rhetoric.
Yeah, I think at some point you have to look and say, how do you talk to people with plain language, with respect? You know, there are other guys in the race, like besides Tim Walz. I think Andy Bashir is one I've talked about before. Here's a guy who in Kentucky has half the Republicans in Kentucky who think of him favorably, and he doesn't do any of that stuff and talks to people with really clear language that mimics how they talk in their real life.
You actually thought today was an important day for Democrats, kind of like a kickoff to 2028. They're there in Minnesota, Minneapolis, to go through a whole bunch of really weedy things that we're not going to talk about. But I was looking at Kalshi. You know I love this stuff, the betting markets. Here's where it is. Newsom, 29% chance. AOC, Congresswoman, 13% chance. No one else hitting double digits, Dan.
Yeah, well, look, I think it's a long way to go, and you're going to see a bunch of candidates get in. And the person that can really make this a turn-the-page election and demonstrate to voters, Democratic voters, that they can win, they can be on offense, they can have message that resonates with working-class Americans, and do so with progressive values, that can really ring the bell for folks. And there's a lot of time to get that done.
I think at this point in the campaign, you're going to have people front runners. Scott Walker was front runner in 2016. There are people in 2020. So it's going to change a lot. But to go back to your conversation on redistricting, I do think one difference in Texas and California is that it is in the Texas Constitution to allow them to redistrict. California has to change their Constitution to do this. But I think one of the conversations Dan and I were having before is that what you're also doing is you're replacing incumbent Democrats in Texas with new Republicans, and you're replacing incumbent Republicans with new Democrats. So you're having newer members come on and then be more and more hardened and partisan because they know they're getting here specifically because of gerrymandering.
Because they're going through they're winning the primary and then nothing after that.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. See you guys later in the show. Marc, Dan, appreciate it.